2 cards go on the bottom for Roland, and we're ready to go. Scalding Tarn. Fetching here.
Dragon's Rage.
Was there something you were looking for?
Dragon's Rage Channeler. Both players know what each other are on at this point, I assume. Players know each other well, and the event is already in top 8. No surprises here, I don't think. Here's a basic forest, Once Upon a Time.
There's no time.
Playing around days there.
Symbiote?
Wirewood Symbiote is the pick. It's a good one. Wirewood Symbiote able to protect the rest of the elves by bouncing them back to hand if they're targeted. A little bit of a shield. Heritage Druid will resolve. Brainstorm Surveil trigger. If you're Roland, do you attack here? I don't know. Let's see what he does. Puts Wasteland into the graveyard. Here's Brainstorm. I would say Elves is usually favored against Delver decks. There's too many creatures to handle. So we'll see how Roland navigates this. Tough matchup. Shock down to 17.
Did you get it in the mail?
Ponder Surveil. Brazen Bower into the graveyard.
It doesn't count as sorcery shuffle, right?
No, this counts as a sorcery land. So it's just creature, instant, sorcery, land. So I got the
So just everything.
yeah, it's everything. Yeah. No, on the stack, that's an instant.
It's right. It's not sorcery.
All right. Discussing how Brazen Bower counts for Delirium. It is a creature in the graveyard. If you cast Petty Theft, it's an instant on the stack. Attacking for 3 now with Delirium. So that worked out.
Play a Cradle.
There's Cradle. There's the Symbiote. Elvish Visionary. Gets dazed. Good daze there. Surveil, leave the card on top, it looks like. Yep. Looks like Roland just drew a bolt.
Three lands.
Situation came up. I lost track of like where we were in terms of the game state, but I apparently already drew my turn, and I played this down thinking like, all right, I already had that twice in my hand, and I was like, should I have 2 of those?
Oh right, because you already played your land.
Because I did a daze last turn, right? And I saw the card coming up, and I was like, okay, that's coming up. I thought I didn't draw yet, so like just to try to confirm like whether or not I drew or not, I looked at it.
I also thought he didn't draw.
So, but it wasn't the card. Should I like?
So you just looked at extra cards?
Yeah, I looked at an extra card basically.
Yeah, he didn't draw it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a situation where the library should just be shuffled, but there were 2 cards put on the bottom from the scry at the beginning of the game, but there also was a Scalding Tarn fetched.
I played a game against
Unless that Scalding Tarn was put into the graveyard with Surveil. But it looks like there's just a shuffle here, and these mistakes happen. It's not a big deal. Just have to figure out how to resolve it. All right, so it looks like we're moving forward.
I don't think this is good.
We chat to help us. Apparently not good enough to play Magic by ourselves.
As far as I remember, that's pretty good.
All right, Dragon's Rage Channeler number 2 comes down and attacking with Dragon's Rage Channeler number 1. Bolt on Wirewood Symbiote.
I just bought a playset.
That's on the 4 in there. I believe that's up.
15 if you want to sell them.
I could do it for 15 too. I got those for, I believe, $4 today.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
Where are those still getting?
What saved you?
No idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's been, I think it's been dropping.
Well, we get time to unload them.
Here's Elvish Visionary.
Thanks, Jay.
Wasteland on Gaia's Cradle. Once Upon a Time fired off. Making use of the mana. Finds a Reclaimer.
So the other thing is usually it's like, once you ask me to pull stuff out, I'm just like,
Attacking for 6, bringing Ryan down to 8.
normally it's like, whatever you want to sell you for, give it to me and then I'll
So far things going well for Roland, it seems.
when I'm picking through stuff, I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Not that I like.
Surveillance 2 fetch lands into the graveyard. And here's Brainstorm resolving. An explosive turn from Elves could be big trouble. A lightning bolt, for example, could win the game next turn for Roland if Ryan does not have an explosive game-ending turn. There's Glimpse. Okay, so Glimpse of Nature, threatening.
Play Foothills. Afraid of the Days. Play Reclaimer. Plum Sugars. Reclaimer Sense. That was fun. In for 2.
Attacking for 2. And no further plays from Ryan. Damn. Just Glimpse play 1 creature pass. That's not good. I thought Roland was in trouble.
Go to.
Ryan down to 2. Not revealing the bold just yet. Ponder, double Surveil. Puts a Mystic Sanctuary into the graveyard. Puts a Delver into the graveyard.
Sink 5 cards off the Ponder. Well, we have a Windmill Slam. I guess there's not a bolt.
I guess it's not a bold is right. Leaves them on top and draws. Mishra's Bauble, Surveil trigger. Put a Murktide into the yard. Put an Island into the yard. Thinking about activating Bauble now. Seems like Roland is digging for a bolt. Thinking about what to do here. 3 cards in hand for Ryan, who fired off a glimpse and 1 sad reclaimer and passed a turn last turn, and is now at 2 life. Facing down 2 3/3 flyers. Ryan is crossing their fingers at this point. Bob will look at Ryan's top card, which we can't see.
I'll go to pass a turn.
Some end step plays here, maybe from Ryan. An endurance, maybe. Does that even do a lot? Fetching down to 1. Okay. Finds a bayou.
I'll just hold on to it. In the off chance that I will build that one day.
I mean, thankfully it's an all or nothing card.
Exactly. You have a board.
It's like it's one of the few cards there.
So trying to think what Ryan can have here in hand. What is in hand for Ryan? All right, going on tap. Rolling draws. Going to draw step. See a red card in Roland's hand. It looks like it's a Pyroblast, though. That's not very good. Dryad Arbor gets played as land for turn.
Hey, at least we got there. I knew it existed. It wasn't until Heracles.
Pyroblast getting fired off to surveil here. Leaves the card on top. Attacking for 6. Activating Reclaimer, sacking the forest after attackers. Okay, Bajuka Bog. That exiles the graveyard and now blocks. That's a good one. Wow.
Yeah. I'm just not physically, emotionally here right now.
All right, the DRCs are gone. Roland explaining, I'm just not here right now. Not feeling like... Roland expressing that he doesn't feel like he's playing too tight right now. I mean, do you play around your Elves opponent finding Bajuka Bog there? I don't know.
I know. I saw it.
You have 3 cards right now?
3 cards.
Jesus Christ. What am I doing?
Roland appears to be a bit frustrated. That's okay. Ponder, shuffling now. Ryan at 1 life, hanging on by a string. Here in game 1. Twitch chat seems split on attacking with Bajuka Bog available possibly in the deck to find off Reclaimer. Here's a Delver for Roland. A flip Delver doesn't give a damn about Bajuka Bog, that's for sure.
Well, not anymore. Stuff out of it. Took all the chords.
Tapping 2 now. Once upon a time. And the players are friendly. You know, me, Roland, Ryan, we all know each other well. But these are higher stakes games here. We're in top 8 of the competitive event. There are, you know, whatever it was. Over $500 prize pool on the line here. Whatever it was. Finds Reclaimer.
What is this shuffle?
Attacking me for 4.
How do you shuffle this?
That's true. Delirium did force the DRCs to attack. There was no option there for that.
Well, you gripped the deck.
You know how long I've had this? I mean,
I could appreciate it.
I've had company.
Days on the Reclaimer. Delver flips and it's a bolt on top. Roland gets there. Wow, what a game. What a game.
Away so many times.
Roland gets game 1.
I was like, I even saw the Bajuka. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a. Okay, go ahead.
What's my
Yep.
Looks like a counterbalance in hand for Roland here in starting 7. Wirewood Symbiote found once again off Once Upon a Time.
Cast off the druids.
I'll play it. Go ahead.
Here's Wirewood Symbiote and pass. Damon says, joined at the perfect time, almost 4 hours late. Yeah, Damon, come on. We started 4 hours ago. Be here on time next time, please. Mishra's Bauble comes down for Roland. Wirewood Symbiote is a good one, and frequently the target of removal spells. Let's see what Roland does here. Leaves the card on top. Shuffles to get rid of the card on top, rather, and Volcanic Island. This is the competitive monthly we're watching right now. Ponder resolving here. Ponder shuffle.
Alright, so basically I will draw 2 more cards. Eventually. Toss them around like 3 cards. Alright, draw. This is the worst. Alright.
Don't my upkeep?
Draw. Sorry, Ryan. It's just out of sorts right now.
It's alright.
I had a really long night.
It's alright. I'm gonna play a Foothills.
Wooded Foothills comes down for Ryan.
Go ahead.
Still a hard. There's more, but I don't want to bore you with submission. There's more, but I don't want to bore you with submission. On the low end stuff.
Whatever you want to do. You good? I didn't put it up as your sign.
Oh, no, absolutely.
I don't think I was.
I didn't realize. We should be pretty quick. Yeah, most of it.
The whole point is to really text. Not that force negation would hit.
Counterbalance. That'll be a good one if Roland can hit the right numbers on top. Yeah, some satisfying deck thuds. Allosaurus Shepherd would be great here.
Right. Those don't belong in there.
Ryan fetching here. Looks like on end step. Maybe a Dryad Arbor? Yep. Ryan likes being aggressive.
That is not, or it would not be in here.
Whatever you, I can sacrifice that. That's if I can.
Yeah.
Sorry. Force. You can one. Go ahead.
Attacking for 1.
This returns elves?
Yeah. Does not return.
Wirewood Symbiote does bounce only elves to untap a creature. Counterbalance still online. What does Ryan have in hand?
Float a green.
Waste on Dryad Arbor. Float a green. Endurance. Okay, that's a good one.
If it's just Volcano.
No,
DRC revealed on top from Counterbalance. Endurance will resolve and put Roland's graveyard on the bottom of the library, not in exile.
I didn't look through that.
No, not yet.
Fine.
Delver. All right, so there's a 1 on top of the library for Counterbalance. Ryan knows that. Double Delver. Endurance, obviously a great blocker. Let's see what happens here.
Another $40 card with 1 time.
Just want to draw. There's 6 bases.
I remember those were so hard to get.
Play
And
Dryad Arbor. I'll come in for 4.
always blows them around when the card just stops getting played.
Attacking for 4, giving Roland the opportunity to trade with Symbiote.
And that's worth like $5.
Thinking about it.
Some people are saying I have to fix the win rule. I'm not gonna pay. Okay, so
Even drafting it, you get back to your back.
All right, taking 4. Delver's not flipping because there was a DRC on top. Does Ryan have another endurance? Threatening one? Here's Dragon's Rage Channeler. Ponder Cervelle. Thinking about the Cervelle now. What could be on top? Brazen Borrower. Okay. Goes into the graveyard. There's a Bolt. Brainstorm. Can't make out the other card. Maybe a land.
That's one of the
It is surprisingly really well done.
Nobody cares though. That's the issue.
Honestly, that's
But I had it for this one. I'm
one.
trying to find something for it.
Get a card back with it. On the side of the soul.
This one blows my mind.
That it's gone back up now. It's getting played.
So,
Yeah, I know. It's 25
forever.
I tried to make it like a Pioneer, then we're Pioneer. Now here comes
A finisher. This always has
All right, arranges them on top. Most likely leaving a 1 on there. Plays a Mystic Sanctuary tapped. Passing the turn. Let's see what Ryan has for us. These Elves decks can just go off, but counterbalance with, from Ryan's vantage point, most likely a 1 on top. Let's see if he tries to bait it. Glimpse. Or not bait it, but see what it is. Brainstorm on top. So Glimpse is countered. Going to attack, sending in Symbiote, Endurance, and Dryad Arbor. Nope. Maybe not. Yeah, doing it. Looks like they're going in. Roland takes it, goes down to 7. Plays a Verdant Catacombs and passes the turn. The Brainstorm reveals itself again, and this time flipping the Insectile Aberrations. So trying to think of what I'm doing here if I'm rolling. So you're attacking with at least the Insectile Aberrations. At 7 life. You have a Bolt. Yeah, I don't know. Can't see the other cards in Roland's hand. Brainstorm, Cervelle. Put DRC into the graveyard. And end the festivities would be pretty good here. Don't know if Roland has that. Is there a rough tumble in hand? I didn't see that. If there is, it's pretty good. If Roland can get Delirium especially. And have a 1 on top. 1 on top is pretty good against the glimpse plays. Waiting on Roland here to resolve this brainstorm. Looks like 2 are going back on top. Most likely a 1 is on top. Yeah, it looks like there is a rough tumble in hand. And it's getting fired off. Cervelle put a land into the graveyard so DRC will live. Wow. Pretty good. All right, so a 1 is actually on top of the library now, most likely. I didn't consider that a Cervelle would put a 4th type into the graveyard. But that's exactly what happened. Endurance will most likely be on blocking duty now, I think. Really well played so far here in Game 2 for Roland. Counterbalance is really looking good right now. Allosaurus Shepherd could change that in a hurry, though. Attacking for 3. All right. Rolling down to 4. I think Ryan is actually down to 11 now. Bolt revealed on top, and that's a scoop. That's match. Well played. Well played.